Hi guys, welcome to Kenganda, your number one stop YouTube channel for everything entertainment, real estate videos, restaurant reviews, Miss Kavi videos, and so many other informative videos that can actually benefit you. Now, my name is Janita Maya. Let's get to the news. Now, our first story for today takes us all the way to Nigeria, a country that has so many Muslims. Basically, 80% of the population in Nigeria are Muslims. Now, recently, a man was sentenced to death by hanging because of blasphemy against the Islam religion. This man, Yahya Sharif Amaru, mentioned, or he created a song on WhatsApp where he was praising a certain imam in another state, praising him more than the Prophet Muhammad. I'm sure I'm talking to you and you know who Prophet Muhammad is. So when they got to know about this, people were so furious. Well, people in that state, in Kano state, were so furious. They went to his family home and burned the family home down. And his father also disowned him because of the blasphemy things he was saying against Prophet Muhammad. Now, we all know that Muslims do not play when it comes to their culture. They live by the word of the Quran. They follow it religiously. And let me tell you, they are the most devoted people that you'll ever find out there. Now, when they got wind of what Mr. Yahya Sharif Amaru was doing, they were not happy with him and they called him in the court. And which court is that? The Sharia Courts. Now, a Sharia court is a court held by Muslims. A non-Muslim cannot be tried in that court, but Muslims can be tried in that court. And that particular court is governed by the Sharia law. Now, to my understanding, the Sharia law are the rules, it's like rules and regulations governing all Muslims. And it's not only in their relationship with God, or their neighbors, or the state, or anything else. It's also how you talk about the religion and how you behave around other people while representing the religion. Everything else is under that law. Now, Mr. Yahya Sharia was taken to court and he was sentenced to death by hanging. Can you imagine being sentenced to death by hanging because maybe you said someone out there was bigger than the prophet? Well, to some Muslims, they were not happy, but people, well, mostly Nigerians on Twitter, were not happy about this. They were telling people, how can they just sentence him for blasphemy? He has not committed a crime. He has not killed anyone. He has not stolen from anyone. But they want to kill him off by hanging just because he said that particular thing. Now, Mr. Yahya Sharif Amiru was a local-based gospel artist and he was singing, for the religion. He was so happy to be Muslim, but then he made this one mistake of praising a certain imam from somewhere else, and that got him in trouble. I mean, do you think that it's fair that this young man, who hasn't done, to some people he has committed such a grave crime and whatnot, but he has not attacked anyone and he has not killed anyone, but still they want to sentence him to death? I think this is not fair. And some people on Twitter are also saying it's not like they're taking away his human right to express himself, because if you take away that, then people can't express themselves how they want. But also keep in mind that Nigeria is 80% Muslims, and these people are devoted to the word. What they say or what is in the Quran is what goes. Now, moving on to our next story, Nigerian pastor Enoch Adeboye, also famously known as Daddy Go, that is Daddy General Observer, was recently called out on Twitter for being sexist. So he was turning 78 years old and he had been leading his church for 40 years old. And he went on Twitter and tweeted to his 1.3 million. I'm going to read the exact tweet so that, we don't get things out of place. So he said, no matter how educated or successful you are, your husband is your head and you must regard him as such at all times. He's telling all the men out there, you know what? Women will always be the tail, men are the head. He also tweeted, well, he went on Instagram and he added about his wife, it does not matter what is on her agenda. If I say I would like to go with me to so and so place, she would cancel whatever she's doing and come along. Meaning, if you're a woman out there and your husband says he wants to go somewhere, even if you have work, you have to drop everything and run to your man. Now, in a post in January, he also advised his married son to sack a secretary because he was looking forward to seeing this particular worker at work. The son said, hey dad, you know what? I really get excited every time I think of seeing this person. The dad was like, you know what? send the secretary away. You don't need that kind of temptation. And then in 2016, he also had this advice to bachelors: don't marry a girl who is lazy. Don't marry a girl who cannot cook. She needs to know how to do chores and cook, because you cannot afford to be eating out all the time. So you see, this particular pastor just has like a collection of tweets where he's telling men what to do and women what to do. Basically, women, follow the man, do what you want, follow whatever it is that he's saying, which is honestly funny, because there's a certain group of men out there in this world who think that the world revolves around them, that if they get married, that women should be submissive, which is okay. You know what? Being submissive is okay, but you have to be submissive to a man who is a leader. It also says that you have to be submissive to a man who is a preacher. What do I mean by a preacher? A man who prays, okay? A man who leads and follows in the footsteps of Jesus. That is a man you can be submissive to. Not every man you find, you have to be submissive to him. Now, certain people are not happy about it on Twitter. They were saying, oh, how come he's saying, what is he saying? Well, feminists especially were not happy, because they were saying, so you want to tell us that a woman has no other value on this earth but to cook for you and clean for you and follow you around wherever it is that you want her to go? You're trying to mean that women can't think on their own. You're trying to mean that women can't look after themselves. You're also trying to mean that even if she's doing something that's important, even if it's giving back to the community, she should leave whatever it is that she's doing and follow this man. I mean, it's so not right and it's so wrong. Such men, may God, see them through. But also, on the flip side, you also have to understand that when you get into a marriage, you have to understand your partner and see his love language and understand what it is that he likes to do. There are some men out there who like to be served by their man. I know someone who cannot eat food if it's not served by the wife. He will not eat food from any other person, any other place. If it's not the wife serving him food, he will not touch it. So that is him, and the wife understands that, and she does exactly that. So basically, marriage is like an agreement. You two have to come together. If your man says, oh, this makes me happy, then maybe you can do it. And then if your lady also tells you, maybe this also makes me happy, then it's compromise. You have to find a middle ground. It's 50-50. I'm not saying everything the pastor was saying is wrong, because there's some men who are traditional. They want to be cooked for, they want to be cleaned for. But that man also has to be walking in the footsteps of Jesus. You understand? There are certain men who have requests, and they've not worked hard for those requests. You can't be telling me, oh, you should be cooking and cleaning, yet you're not exemplary in society. You don't work hard. You're just a lazy bum. You play games all day, and you expect a woman to respect you? I don't think so. But yet again, if everyone in that marriage can decide to do what it is they want, you can come together and say this and this, and another person say this and this, and then you just have to come together and make your family. Now, do tell us what you think in the comment section. We love to interact with you. We love to keep going back and forth with you in the comment section. And also, please, I beg of you, please subscribe to our channel, Kenganda. I mean, it is everything that is nice. You're missing out on a lot. So please do subscribe and follow us on our social media pages. That is Kenganda Nation on Facebook and Kenganda on Instagram. I am your host, Joanita. Till next time.